Welcome back to the podcast where you get to know what you need in business. And today we don't have Mike here, so it's just me and Hussein. Hussein is one of my good friends, and he's an expert and really good at turning attention into business. It's one thing getting attention; he understands that part, but he's really good at turning that attention into business. And you have a bit of a unique story coming from Iran. So if you can just give us a bit of backstory, I'd love to hear that. Or our audience would. I have heard it.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, you mentioned it. I was born and raised in Iran. I was actually into, business and having my own business. I was into this since I was 17. But in that time, I had no idea what I need to do, how I have to do it, things like this. So, I just, I started the first thing I did. I don't think I never mentioned it to you. I was selling food in a park, near our house.
I hope it
So
was good food then.
that was the first thing I did. So my mom would cook the food, and I would sell it in the park. It wasn't because I needed money or just anything like that, but I just liked the idea of owning my own business. So I started from there, and after a few years, I eventually got into this business. There's a whole story between this that I will mention, in following, thing. Okay. So, but right now, I got into, social media and doing business from there. So I started working with people, and as you mentioned, just turning, those um, followers and just things like this into money. So yeah,
It's it's different than most of us. I think a lot of people in the US, if you consider food and drinks the same thing, they started out selling lemonade. I started
yeah,
out cutting grass when I was really young. That was that's the thing up here, and then shoveling snow in the winter. Not
yeah,
too much, not much business in the last one. But going back to subject, I know we met on LinkedIn, and you're very good at getting people off the platform. But before we talk about getting people, like how to get people off the platform, let's talk about why you should get people off the platform. And I'm curious to hear your view on that.
hmm yeah. So I think let's start from here. Back then when people wanted to do business, they needed attention. So what they were doing, like they were, for example, what was it called? They were printing, um, posters, and so they were getting attention like this. But in this time, we have social media, and social media is awesome. It's great for getting attention from people. And so, the thing is that why we don't use it for doing business. And hundreds, and not hundreds, thousands and thousands and thousands of people are doing this right now. So, the whole idea is that, why, and so now that we know that we need to use social media for doing business with others, the question is that how we can exactly do that, because for example, let's say someone is doing business on YouTube or just TikTok or IG or X, Twitter. So the thing is that how exactly we can turn that attention, the attention that we are getting from social media, and turn it into money. But before that, we have to make sure that we are actually getting that's attention from social media. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing that I'm really interested to, and I'm helping others people to just have an idea of that how they can do that. So I'm not sure if that answers your question, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because there's plenty of stories of people doing like mainly business on social media. I've shared one of my own before. And then all of a sudden the person, for whatever reason, decides they don't want to use that social media platform anymore. And what do you then do then? Well, you do nothing because you can do nothing. And you just keep going. So like get that next step. And also most people, especially if they're a bit older than me and you, prefer to do business the old-fashioned way. And when I mean the old-fashioned way, I mean the old-fashioned internet way. So like email and text and phone calls and all of this stuff. They might not necessarily respond very well to like a proposal in a LinkedIn message. You and
Exactly.
me definitely, like me personally. Okay, that you'll probably even have a better chance of me reading the proposal if it is in a LinkedIn message than in an email. That's a completely different point. So going into how do we actually, or how do you help your clients with turning the attention that they get on social media into actual business?
Hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. So first when I started, so you know that I started from LinkedIn, but now I'm doing content on X as well.
Yes.
So the thing is that when I started on LinkedIn, I had issue myself to turn, to first of all get attention. But when I was got enough attention, I realized that I'm not getting clients. Okay, so I was getting few people reaching out to me and just asking about my prices, things like this, and I actually got a few clients, from just getting DMs. But the thing is that when you're doing business, okay, when you want to start a business and you want to run a business, you have to be certain about something. Okay, so one thing that you have to be certain about it is getting clients. Okay, I can't rely on other people may or may not sending me DM. Okay, I have to take the control. Okay, the whole idea of the business is that you have the control. Okay, you can't rely on other people. So I realized that uh, I can't rely on other people to send me a DM, and also I can't really do cold outreach. I hate cold outreach. You know that, and I don't like to do it, and I don't think it's very effective because you can't really build trust with others. So I realized that I have to just walk my audience and my followers and my potential clients to a journey, that they can trust me. They know exactly what is my business and how exactly I can help them. So I realized that the best thing I can do is just setting up, a lead magnet and a funnel where I can teach them about myself and build trust with them and teach them about my business and sign them as clients. So that's the whole idea. You have to build your own funnel. You have to know that first of all you have to know that who's your ICP. So for both of us, I think right now our ICP are coaches. Okay, so we know that we have to make content for coaches. So this is our ICP. So after that, we have to know that what is their interest. So that would be top of funnel content. Okay, and after I got their attention, with my top of funnel content, I will move them to my middle of funnel content, which is, for example, for me, it's about building more trust with others. So I do that, and after that, I move them to bottom of funnel, bottom of funnel content, which will be more testimonials, messages from my clients, and how exactly I help them to get the results they want. So this is how I do it. Okay, but we have different types of funnel. Okay, so for example, some people use just content for their funnel. Some people maybe use, for example, some people maybe rely on DMs. Okay, so they make content and they get others attention. They send them DM for middle of funnel content, and for the result they book a call and they sign the client in a call. So everyone's funnel is different, but mine is content, 5-day email course, and a call. So this is what my funnel looks like. But how I do it for other people is a bit different.
It depends on the niche, understand who you're speaking to.
Yeah.
And you can also I want to say to people, like, don't be scared of, oh, I'm locking myself into one funnel. Like, you can run as many funnels as you want at one time, as long as you don't promote them all in the same goddamn place, because then people start to become really confused. But then you have
Exactly.
one that goes in from Instagram that's a certain way, one from X that's another way, one from LinkedIn that's a completely third way. And I would encourage people to actually go about it that way, of building multiple funnels in a longer period of time, simply because if one platform's all of a sudden changes, you're out of business. That sucks. So
Exactly.
why did you choose the funnel you chose with content, the 5-day newsletter, or almost like 5-day course, written course, I would kind of call it actually, and then also the testimonials? Like, why did you choose that as your funnel?
Yeah. So I realized that on LinkedIn, it's a bit hard to build trust with other people, because you have, for example, let's say, thousand connection, and you can only be in touch and talk, let's say, at most with 20 of them. Okay, you can't really talk to 1,000 people every single day, but we need to. Why? Because LinkedIn is a networking social media. It's not like IG, it's not like TikTok or X. We are here to connect with each other and do business. So, to answer your question, I would say that I did this because, first of all, I wanted to get in touch with more people and show them that how I do my business and how I help other people. But I couldn't really talk to all of them, and I knew that they don't have the time to watch all of my content and just read all of my posts. So as you are on LinkedIn, you know that you can only at most comment and engage with, for example, 20 people a day at most.
Yeah,
Go
if
ahead.
you like, unless you're like doing the like free fire emojis or the hand emojis, like 3 times comments. If you actually been insightful, like 20 is. I normally don't get to 20 actually, because then there's also
Yeah,
other stuff to do. But definitely do remember to comment. But you're right, it's
yeah.
you're not
100%.
able to interact with.
Yeah, 100%. You can, just comment 100 times on others, but the way it's about building genuine connection and it's just about building a genuine connection with others. So you have to really take the time to read their post and write insightful comment for them. But I knew that it's hard for me. So I wanted to do business with more people. I wanted to take control of my leads and know that for example, I have, for example, 20 leads per month. Okay, so or let's say 5 leads per week. I wanted to make sure I have that amount of leads. So I realized that running a 5-day email course is the best of them, because when you have a book a call with me link in your LinkedIn, let's say maybe 10% of the people are going to actually click on that. The thing is that I had book a call with me link on my profile for about 5 months. But in that 5 months, I just got two people booking a call with me, and one of them didn't show up in the call. So I knew that I have to make a difference, and I knew that that one link in my profile is very very important, and I'm wasting opportunity with booking a call with me link. So I got into a 5-day email course, because that way people could easily just take that course, watch it, and I'm sorry, read it, and when they thought that they are ready and they actually want to do business with me, then book a call. Okay, so I put a 5-day email course between my content in my funnel. I put a book. I put a 5-day email course between my content and my my book a call with me link. Okay, so that really helped a lot, because people don't really want to commit that soon. They want to see if you're actually worth it or not, and then if they like your course and they like what you teach them, what you're teaching them, then they want to book a call with you. So uh, I just I just basically made more trust with my ICP that way. So that's why I did that.
Yeah, it's less friction. Like a call is, well, you put away 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour of your time. An email you can just look at whenever. Then you can, doesn't matter if it's a day after, 2 days after.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
like that point, and I think it's crucial to think about do business with you as easy as possible. You don't wanna have that all of that friction. There's plenty of stories. I was listening to Gary Vee's new book, Day Trading Attention, and he was given an example of a company that had a post going viral. Only problem was they didn't have a link to buy any of their solutions, products, contact them. Like they didn't have a CTA of it. Like that's a lot of money being left on the table. So change it before you go viral. Otherwise, you're gonna think back to this moment and be like, "Damn, they're right." Uh, I don't know why I, like stop myself from swearing. I normally don't do this and that, but this on this podcast, but we'll roll with it.
Yeah.
So I know you recently switched from LinkedIn to X. I haven't asked you about why yet. So what potential do you see X having that LinkedIn doesn't?
hmm Yeah, that's a really great question. So when I started on LinkedIn, I wanted to build trust with others. I just wanted to have a CV that when I outreach to someone and tell someone that let's work together, I have something to actually show them. Okay, I wanted to have a CV that just say that this is what I do. This is my my LinkedIn, and just build trust with my ICP and the person I'm reaching out to. So that was my main reason that I started on LinkedIn. But after time, I realized that I made a mistake. Okay, so I realized that LinkedIn is great, LinkedIn is awesome for connecting with others, but I was focusing too much on content. Okay, so when you have a business, you have to start. You have to focus on profit, making profit. Okay, not revenue, but profit. Okay, this is what keeps your business alive. You want to have more profit. So let's say, for example, I make 20K per month, but my expenses is 18K per month for my business. Okay, so that's just 2K that I'm taking home. So I didn't want that. That wasn't my issue. My issue wasn't that I'm making lots of revenue but I'm not making profit. My issue was that I was just focusing on content. So I actually started on X because I wanted to do different type of content on X, and I wanted to start it from zero, but in the right direction. So the way I built uh, my LinkedIn was just by putting content out there and hoping for someone to reaching out to me. And the content is just value. Okay, so I teach you how you can, make, for example, make online business for yourself alone. But on X, I'm doing this differently. I have a call to action. I have a good funnel set up, and um I have different type of content. So I don't do value at all. Okay, maybe 10%, maybe 15%, but I'm more focused on sharing my insight. Okay, I'm focused on being a thought leader. Okay, I'm focused on being a leader in my industry. Okay, which is content marketing. I do content and funnel strategy for others. So I'm building my X based on insight. Okay, so that's the difference. That's why I got into X, and I'm really focused on X right now.
So it was more to, well, start from new in a way, start from fresh.
Mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I realized that what type of my whole business was LinkedIn. But right now, I have people reaching out to me from my friends, from the people I know. They want to reach out to me, and I also have X. I'm making content on X, so I'm going to use LinkedIn as a CV, as a way to show that I work with this person and with that person and connecting with more people. You know, and move my business into X, and and in just real. I don't know what to call it, but in the real world. Okay, connecting with people in the real world. But I'm going to use LinkedIn. Until my X take off, I'm going to use LinkedIn on creating content daily. But after that, I'm only going to share insights and what I learned in my journey. But yeah, you can call it a fresh start. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was just curious because engagement wise, LinkedIn is definitely one there. Exposure compared to engagement is very good on LinkedIn. A lot of I'm not the biggest X guy myself. I never really used it, which is why I don't personally use it for our business, because I know I'm at a disadvantage compared to people that use it and know people that use it well and stuff like that. So, but going into like different platforms like a TikTok or like a YouTube short, like those, I looked at a guy, yes, like 2 weeks ago, just because I was actually curious as to how people consume content on their phone. So I was sitting behind him in the bus, a little bit above him as well, so I could, like, without looking at him, look down directly on the screen, looking out the window as well. And he was just sitting there, like, brainless, like. And then he was looking about and back to it, and I was like, people don't, like, it's just a way of doing nothing. So I think that also comes into actually grabbing the attention, because you need to grab the attention to convert the attention. So what is your way of being unique? How do you make sure you're not just another scroll?
Yeah, that's an awesome question. So before I answer that, I want to mention something. Is that my ICP
Yeah.
are coaches. Okay, so I have a reason for that. The reason is that, let's say, 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I was that person that was just mindlessly, just scrolling through Instagram and YouTube. I wasn't really into TikTok in that time, but I was just using for fun to just spend my time, things like that, wasting my time, my time. So, but after some time on Instagram, I saw someone that I'm not going to mention his name, but he really changed my life, by his insights, by his content. It really helped me to get my life together. So the reason that I
So now
love
I'm
to work
curious
with
about his
coaches,
name.
because
Now I really want to know.
so he's Iranian, so I don't think there's a use that I mention his name. But and so because his whole content is in Persian, so I don't think anyone in this podcast can use that content. So the thing is that okay, yeah. So that's why I love to work with coaches, because I know how much they work can affect other people's life. Okay, so I work with different types of people right now. People from South Asia, people from Europe, people from US, and the thing is that I have many people. I have one client who's in AI, one other who's in other types of things. But I really love people who are coaches, because they are just crazy, man. The work they do is crazy. It changes lots of lives. And it was great. So your question was, sorry, I forgot about your question. What was your question? Sorry.
No worries. At least I remember it. I remember this one. It was how you make sure you're not the post. Your post is not the one people just scroll by.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome. So the thing is that when you're making content on social media, people's attention these days, people focus is less than maybe 6 seconds, 5 seconds. If you can't grab their attention in the first second, the first second they see your video or they read your post, you lose them. And if you can't grab others' attention into your content, you're a ghost, man. Okay, you are not doing anything on social media. So The way I do this is that I make sure that I make relevant content for my ICP. Okay, so the first idea is that I make relevant content that they actually can find useful, or they can get something out of it, so they can learn something, or they get a new insight. And the first few seconds in the video is very important. You saw me that making videos in the past. I'm not doing that right now anymore, because I realized that how much effort I have to put in each and every video, and it's just not worth it on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn algorithm doesn't really promote videos the way we want it to. So when I wasn't creating videos, you know, oh, yeah. So I would grab others' attention in the first second. Okay, in the first second, no matter how. I had an idea. I actually had an idea when I wanted to create a video. Before shooting, I was talking to my sister, because she's the one helping me with the camera and stuff like that. So I was talking to her, and I said that let's park the car in a parking in a parking, and in the first second I break the glass of the I break the window of the car. So that's how I wanted to grab others' attention, by doing crazy things. So that's how I make sure that people really see my stuff, by grabbing their attention by the things they want, and just keeping them engaged with a good edit, and just easy to read content, things like that. So that's the whole idea.
I think we covered all of the subjects I would like to cover. Is there something you would like to leave our audience with? Some way they should reach out to you? I'm gonna have any links down below, of course.
So what I want to say right now is that we all here to make profit online. Okay, we are not here to just put content out there and just hope for others to see it and like it. So the way we have to do this is by sharing insight-based content, the thing that people give people ideas. Okay, and the best books are not the ones that give you lots of value. The best books are the ones that give you one insight. Okay, one in, they are all around one idea and one insight. So the best books are insightful, base books. And why people love movies, for example, Marvel, Avengers, things like that, because it actually makes them feel something. Okay, when you're watching a documentary, it doesn't really make you feel something unless it's a good documentary. But when you're watching a movie, it makes you feel excited, happy, scared, things like that. So we have to make sure that we put content out there that really gives people insight and makes them feel something, and also just having a funnel and system to turn those attention into money. So that's the whole idea. Okay, yeah, that's that's what I wanted to share.
I love it. Be strategical about it.
5 years ago, my business partner asked me, if we're so dang smart, how come we're not helping more people? And I said, well, the problem is we're helping people all over the world with various sorts of charity work, but we're not training businesses how to do better. So 5 years ago, we started this branch of the company to specifically help businesses do better and make more money. So then you can go out and do more good in the world. That's the reason you want to book this call, to find out if what we know and what your business needs intersect, and maybe we can help you. Book the call. Let's talk. It's 30 minutes. Let's find out.